The first year, he counted the days. The second year, he stopped. By the third, time didn't matter anymore. Ethan Hale had once been part of something bigger, an exploration crew sent to survey an uncharted planet at the edge of known space. The mission had been routine: to scan the environment, collect samples, establish whether the planet could support a future colony. It had all gone wrong. The crash had been sudden, violent, final. He remembered fire tearing through the cockpit, alarms screaming, the sky spinning as the ship tore itself apart on descent. He remembered shouting names, his crew, his friends, but no one answered. When he woke up, the wreckage was scattered across miles of dense forest. And he was alone. At least, that's what he believed. The planet, he named it Verdra, was alive in ways Earth never was. Not just with plants and animals, but with something else. The forests were impossibly dense, trees towering like pillars of a forgotten world. Their leaves shimmered faintly, catching light in unnatural ways. The air was rich, breathable, but heavy, as though the planet itself was always watching. At first, survival consumed him. Food, water, shelter. He salvaged what he could from the wreckage: tools, a damaged scanner, fragments of emergency supplies. He built a shelter near a stream that glowed faintly under the planet's twin moons. He told himself rescue would come, that the Corps would find him, that he just needed to survive. Weeks turned into months, months into years. No rescue came, and slowly, Ethan adapted. He learned which plants were safe to eat, which animals to avoid, which sounds meant danger. He stopped calling out, stopped hoping, stopped waiting, because hope hurt too much. "I'm alone," he said one night, staring into the fire. The words felt final. He believed them. That was his mistake. The first sign came in the fourth year. A footprint. It wasn't his. Ethan crouched beside it, heart pounding. It was humanoid, but lighter, more precise. He looked around, scanning the forest. Nothing. Just an animal, he muttered. But he knew that wasn't true. Animals didn't leave footprints like that. From that day on, things changed. Subtle at first. Food he had stored, rearranged. Tools he had left behind moved. Once, he returned to his shelter to find the fire already lit. He froze. "I'm not alone," he whispered. The words felt wrong. Impossible, but undeniable. "Show yourself," he shouted into the trees. Silence answered. Always silence. Days passed. Then weeks. The feeling grew stronger. Eyes on him. Always just out of sight. Watching. He began setting traps, not for animals, but for whatever was following him. None were triggered. Not once. It was as if it knew. One night, unable to take it anymore, Ethan snapped. "I know you're there," he shouted, pacing the clearing. The fire crackled. The forest stood still. "Stop hiding," he yelled. "If you're going to watch me, at least have the courage to show yourself." The words echoed. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, the air shifted. Not a sound, not a movement, just a presence. And suddenly, she was there, standing at the edge of the clearing. Ethan froze. She wasn't human, but she was close enough to unsettle him. Her form was slender, almost delicate, her skin reflecting the faint glow of the firelight like polished glass. Her eyes, large, luminous, shifting between shades of green and silver, locked onto his. She had been there the whole time, watching. "You," Ethan whispered. She didn't move, didn't speak, just watched. "How long?" he asked, voice shaking. "How long have you been there?" Her head tilted slightly. Then, she stepped forward. "I have always been here," she said. Her voice was soft, but it carried depth. "What does that mean?" Ethan demanded. It means, she said, you were never alone. The words hit him harder than anything else. Never alone, he repeated. I've been here for years. Yes. And you've just been watching me? Yes. Anger flared. Why? He snapped. Why didn't you help me? Why didn't you show yourself? She hesitated. Then, because you were not ready. That stopped him. Not ready, he echoed. You feared what you did not understand, she said. You still do. Ethan clenched his fists. I've survived here alone for years, he said. I think I can handle the truth. She studied him, then nodded. My name is Aaron, she said. He took a breath. Ethan. I know, she replied. Of course she did. You've been watching me, he said. Learning. Yes. Why? Her gaze softened. Because you're different. He laughed bitterly. Yeah, I'm the only one left. No, she said. You are human. That doesn't mean anything here. It does, she said. Silence fell. Then, why me, he asked. She stepped closer. Because you endured. The answer was simple, but it carried weight. You survived when others did not, she continued. You adapted. You learned. You did not destroy this world to survive. Ethan frowned. What does that have to do with anything? Everything, she said. Over the next days, Aaron revealed the truth. Verdra wasn't just a planet. It was a living system, not in the biological sense, but in something deeper. A network, a consciousness, and her people were its guardians. We observe, she said. We protect balance. And me? Ethan asked. You were an anomaly, she replied. An outsider. A potential threat. So you watched me? Yes. To decide if I was dangerous. Yes. Ethan exhaled slowly. And she met his eyes. You were not. Something in his chest loosened. For the first time in years, he didn't feel like an intruder. But there was more. There is something else, Aaron said. What? Your people are coming. His heart skipped. Rescue, he asked. She shook her head. No. The word hung heavy. They will not come to save, she said. They will come to take. Take what? This world. Ethan's stomach dropped. They'll destroy it? Yes. Silence. They don't know, he said weakly. They will not care, she replied. He knew she was right. He had seen it before. Colonies. Expansion. Extraction. Then we have to stop them, he said. She looked at him. You would turn against your own kind? Ethan hesitated. Then, if they're going to destroy this place, yeah. Aaron studied him, and for the first time, she smiled. Then you truly are different. The days that followed were a blur of preparation. Aaron showed him things he could barely comprehend, how the planet systems worked, how energy flowed through its core, how it could be defended. But it wasn't enough. A single human, a single guardian, against a fleet. We need something more, Ethan said. We do, Aaron agreed. And I think I know what. When the ships arrived, they filled the sky. Massive, cold, unforgiving. Ethan stood at the edge of the clearing, staring up. That's my people, he said quietly. Aaron stood beside him. Are you ready? She asked. He took a breath. No, he admitted. Then, but I will be. The confrontation wasn't what he expected. There were no weapons fired. No battles fought. Instead, Ethan stepped forward, alone, and spoke. To them. To humanity. This planet is alive, he said, and it deserves to exist. At first, they didn't listen, but then something changed, because he wasn't alone anymore. Aaron stood beside him, and behind her, the planet itself. The forest moved, the air shifted, the ground pulsed with life. For the first time, humanity saw, and they hesitated. It wasn't a victory. Not immediately, but it was enough. The ships withdrew. Not forever, but for now. It was a chance. A beginning. Later, as the forest settled back into silence, Ethan sat beside the fire. Erin beside him. You could have left, she said. Yeah, he replied. But I didn't. She looked at him. No, she said softly. You didn't. Silence. Then, I really thought I was alone, he said. She smiled faintly. You never were. And this time, he believed her, because now he could finally see her, not as something hidden, not as something unknown, but as someone who had been there all along, watching, waiting, until he was ready.